Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. Today, my lecture will focus on chapter 3 which is on creativity and innovation. Okay, this topic will cover the definition of creativity, the creativity process that include 4 phases of creativity process, then the technique in creativity, and the last one is innovation. Okay, first of all, when we talk about creative process, it is the process that involves looking with different perspective on unique relationship of surrounding. For example, we have a car, and then when we want to have something different, okay, something different on the car, for example, so that is known as creative process. Okay, we want to add something that is not common on the car. That is creative process. So creative process can be developed or improved. Okay, everyone possess a certain degree of creativity. Of course, some of us are more creative, and some of us are little creative. Those who are more creative usually are in the field of art and design. Like us in the social science field, usually we are less creative. Okay, these are the 4 phases of creative process. The first phase is the background or knowledge accumulation. This phase involves in which you gather information relating to the creativity, the creative information in order to add to the old one. So under this phase involves seeking and gathering of information through observation, reading, conversation with others, attending seminar, meeting and workshop or etc. Okay, so where you looking for the information? So you will looking for the information from the workshop, seminar or meeting with your friends. Okay, the second phase involves the incubation process. So under this phase, entrepreneur deliberately allow creativity to spur by breaking away from the problem and let the subconscious mind work on it. So under this phase, you will use information gathered in the phase 1 in order to develop the creativity in your mind. The third phase is the idea experience, in which the discovery of the idea or solution to the problem. So here under phase 3, you will discover new idea, you will discover new creativity in order to add on the existing product or services. And the last one, the last phase is evaluation and implementation. Okay, so under this evaluation and implementation phase, okay, you will be required to implement the idea that you have in your mind in phase 3. Okay, so maybe this phase is a little bit difficult for you, a little bit challenging for you to implement. However, okay, you should not easily give up because of the obstacle that you face. Okay, the next subtopic is on common creativity technique. Basically, there are few common creativity techniques that have been highlighted, okay, by the textbook. Okay, so they include brainstorming, scamper, lateral thinking, mind mapping, problem reversal, and also attribute listing. All these techniques will encourage you to think more creative. Now, come look at to the first technique, which is brainstorming. I believe all of us ever heard about brainstorming, right? Okay, so when we talk about brainstorming meaning that we brainstorm, we discuss with many people in order to generate new idea. Okay, so however, you need to remember the rules in brainstorming. So in which you cannot criticize. Okay, you cannot try to critique others. Okay, because all idea are welcome and valid. And then do not limit the number of idea, because the aim of brainstorming is to get large number of idea. So you need to generate as much as you can. And then do not filter or censor any idea. And keep the brainstorming session flowing. So during the brainstorming process, you need to make sure that you accept all the idea. Okay? And do not filter anything from the idea. And then you need to listen to other idea and use it to generate other idea. This is known as linkage. Idea linkage, in which you need to link between one idea to another in order to create a creativity or a creative idea. And the last one is do not discuss or question, as it could stop the flow of idea. The second technique is the Scampers. Okay, Scampers is developed by Michael Michalko. Okay, so this technique is a checklist that could assist individual to imagine various changes they can make to an existing product or things to create a new one. So Scampers stand for actually S for substitute, which is involve the component, material and people. C is for combine, which is mix, combine with other assemblies or services and integrate. A stand for adapt. Adapt means alter, change function, use part of another element. M stand for magnify, which is for make it enormous, longer, higher, overstated, added features. M stand for modify, increase or reduce in scale, change shape, modify attribute and etc. P stand for put to another use, suggesting new usage of the products or service. E stand for eliminate, which is remove element, simplify, reduce to core functionality. R stand for rearrange. Okay, this is for change the order, interchange component, change the speed or other pattern. And the last one is R, which is stand for reverse, which is refers to turn inside out or upside down. The third creativity technique is known as lateral thinking. This is developed by Edward de Bono. Okay, so lateral thinking is actually a technique that's seeking to solve problem by unorthodox or apparently illogical method. Okay, so lateral thinking is basically moving sideways when working a problem to try a different perception, different concept, and different point of entry. Okay, so basically there are two approaches of lateral thinking. The first one is specific, in which refers to a set of systematic technique used for changing concept and perception and generating new one. Second approach is general, in which you explore multiple possibility and approaches instead of pursuing a single approach. Number 4 is mind mapping technique. This is developed by Tony Buzan. And I believe all of us are familiar with mind mapping. Okay, so this is also called as spider diagram, which represent idea, notes, information, and etc. Okay, to draw a mind map, basically what you need to do is put down a large sheet of paper and write a short heading for the subject or theme in the center of the page. And then for each major subpage, start a new major branch from the central subject theme and label it. And then each subtopic, create a subordinate branch to the appropriate main branch. Carry on it this way forever final some sub-branches. And the last one, it may be appropriate to put an item in more than one place, cross-link it to several other items, or show relationship between items on different branches. And this can be done through color coding, types of writing, and etc. So I think you are very familiar with this mind mapping, and you should try it in order to develop or improve your creativity process.